Lance, full time here in Suffolk, 3-2 to Cornard. Can I get a win in the game from you?
Yeah, I think they're disappointed, obviously. I think the way we went about the game was a very hard, bobbly pitch. Suited them more than it did us, if I'm honest. And you have to give Cornard some credit, actually. I thought they showed some fight today, in the bottom two. And if they play with that kind of fight, they'll win more games than they lose, possibly, but certainly here. I just think that the way we weren't strong enough in both boxes in the sense of being more aggressive in the first challenge, didn't pick up enough second balls at times. We get a penalty. I think the referee was poor today, hence why I get booked with frustration. But I can't blame him for the actual outcome in a sense, although he does give two penalties against us. I think the first one was harsh on Jordan, but his hands seemed to be in a normal, natural position. But I just think if you look at the first half, we didn't really do a great deal, and we're 1-0 up. And I think over the piece, I think if I were to give any positive out of it, to come back from 2-1 down after going the two penalties, I mean, they scored their second one when they're down to 10 for a sin bin. For us to come back, and Tafari deserved his goal because I thought he led the line superbly well. I thought he was probably our best player today. And then to concede the goal as we have, it's a poor goal defensively to concede. Popey will hold his hands up, no doubt. It's a goal that we shouldn't concede, and we should see the game through, and then you don't lose the game. But perhaps Cornard probably deserved it for their hard efforts.
3 of the 5 goals today were penalties. Does that tell you a lot about the game?
Yeah, I think so. And to be honest, I mean, I think it's 3 handballs he's given. You think it's a bit. You can call it sometimes, and we see it week in, week out in the Premier League with VAR. Sometimes you think, what's a natural position, what's an unnatural position. He's been consistent in that sense. He's given 3 penalties for 3 handballs in the box. So yeah, I suppose that's disappointing, but you have to move on.
How far is Lewis Jackman away from coming back, do you think?
Jacko could be another week. Whether he's available for Mulbarton next week, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully he can do a bit of light training on Wednesday. But yeah, I mean, we may be able to add to that squad. Hopefully Max will be back. Ollie Ward may be available, and all of a sudden then you've got your full squad again. Today we only had the 14. And it's been when you go on runs like this, like we've had a 7-game unbeaten run, we just said to them in the dressing room, it has to come to an end at some stage. Yes, we'd have liked it to be, going to Mulbarton next week, but it's not. And so we'll now see what the group are like, because obviously that's the first time we've lost in a while, and see how we can recover and regroup and then go again for Mulbarton.
Yeah, like you say, we're going to dust ourselves off and be back at the Just George Stadium on Saturday.
Yeah.
Mulbarton at home. Won
Yeah.
that game from you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how results have gone today, but they're at home to Heacham, so on paper they should have won. So yeah, it's a big game, proverbial 6-pointer in a way. It would have been, like I say, nice to have won today. We haven't. We've come away with nothing. It doesn't change. It's still the next game, and the next game is Mulbarton. So, and we take that at its merit, and we have to be better than we were today, granted. And I'm sure that the players will rise to that occasion.